found you. Don't take the success.
Option: the incompetence of the colonizers.
I have very research. It is part of our now I have lost
The expedition of Magellan then proceeded to the port of Cebu. There they met Cebu's ruler, Raha Humabon, whom Magellan was able to convince to become a vassal of the king and a servant of Christ. Magellan, however, gets embroiled in a conflict between the two chiefs of Mactan, Zola and Lapu. Lapu, which was eventually followed by a battle. On Friday, April 26th, Zola, a chief of the island Mactan, sent one of his sons to present 2 goats to the captain general and to say that he would send him all that he promised, but that he had not been able to send it to him because of the other chief, that is Chila Lapu-Lapu, who refused to obey the king of Spain.
Itong kanding niya, hatod sa kapitan sa Espanya.
Kapitan, anak ko papaira daw buhaton ng iyang mga saad. Wala niya na ipadala ang iyang mga saad kaniadto kay tungod ni Lapu-Lapu.
Bahala to sila, oy.
He requested the captain to send him only 1 boatload of men on the next night so that they might help him fight against the other chief. The captain general decided to go there with 3 boatloads. Zola begged the captain not to go, but he, like a good shepherd, refused to abandon his flock.
Dili pwede. Kaya akong prinsipyo, dili mo biya og tawo.
The captain reached 3 hours before dawn. The captain did not wish to fight against them, but instead, he sent him a message to the natives by the Muslim, to the effect that they would obey the king of Spagna, recognize the Christian king as their sovereign, and pay us our tribute. He would be their friend, but that if they wish otherwise, they should wait to see how our lances wounded.
Ako, wala mangita og gubot alang kaninyo. Hoy! Pamalihog ko, itabi na sila sa mga Muslim na.
Hoy mga Indio, kung dili niyo tumanan na to hari sa Espanya, mga mas gahong pa sa inyo, kung dili niyo halaran, pakatiglang mo kung saan ikahait ang espada.
Kung na mo espada, na kung may ikasukol, anoy, abi pa lang, di mo sukol.
When morning came, 49 leaped into the water up to their thighs, and walked through the water for more than 2 crossbow flights before they even reached the shore. The other 11 men remained behind in order to guard the boats. When the Spaniard reached the land of Mactan, the natives had formed into 3 divisions, to the number of more than 100 or even 1,500 persons. When the natives saw the Spaniards, they charged down upon them with exceeding loud cries, while 2 divisions of Spaniard flanks formed in front. When the captain saw that, he ordered us to form into 2 divisions and begin to fight. The musketeers and crossbowmen shot from a distance for about a half an hour. But unfortunately, for the shots only passes through the shields, which were made of tin wood. The captain shouts and said, "Cease fire! Cease firing!" But the order was not heeded at all.
Mga kawal! Ayaw na mo og tira.
When the natives saw that they are shooting the muskets with no purpose, crying out that they are determined to stand firm, and redoubled their shouts. When their muskets discharged, the natives would never stand still, but leap hither and thither, covering themselves with their shields. They shot so many arrows at Spaniards and hurled so many bamboo spears to the Captain General. The Captain General sent some men to burn the houses of the natives to terrify them.
Magkawal. Tumugarin niyo ang ilang mga balay. Ang hatlok sila alam naman. Sabat.
There are royal decrees that would instruct the government officials in the Philippines to collect tax or tribute from Indios, and this is the use to defray government expenses. This will go to the hand of the King of Spain, and he will invest it to the voyage and colonization of our country.
You, some of the Indios, it is now time to give your taxes or tribute to me so that I can forward it to the government.
Uy mga pare, andito na naman yung tax collector ang nanguha ng tax. Wala pa naman akong sahod ngayon.
Oo nga pre, wala pa akong nakukuha ang pera kasi ang perang ito ay para sa aking pamilya.
Oo nga pre, ano ba naman to?
It is on you. If you won't give your taxes, you'll be punished by the government.
Si senyor, we will give you our taxes even though we don't have any money.
Pare, kailan pa kaya tayo magkakalaya sa ganitong sitwasyon? Nakakapagod na.
So the tax collector collected the money to the Indios, even though they don't have enough money for their family. The money will be sent back to the King of Spain.
Gracias. Now I have lots of money that I plundered from the of Indios. I can now spend this money in ships so that Spain will grow even more and prosper. During the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries, Filipinos have been served and oppressed lands by Spanish conquistadors, and this led to many revolts that have been incited by many Filipino leaders and locals for over the centuries and was fought in a chaotic and bloody story. Moreover, this was also caused by religious uprising by Filipinos in an attempt of conservative approach to culture, agriculture, and religious rites and beliefs. One of the revolts in those eras is the Bangka Revolt that happened in the years between 1621 and 1622.
Bangkao, Dato of Limasawa, I mean no harm with your people. I am the Governor General of the Spanish fleet. I am here to do business with you.
It's an honor for you to visit my island. Let me welcome you with a warm heart. Men, give them food and everything they want to satisfy their journey.
It is my pleasure for welcoming me with your warm hospitality.
The Dato of Limasawa is now being baptized by the friars. He was then given a gratitude by the King of Spain in return for his warm hospitality towards Miguel de Legazpi and his troops. Not only that, he was also given a gift from Spain due to his acceptance of the arrival of Ferdinand Magellan.
Send ships to the island of Limasawa and give these resources to the Dato as a reward for giving my troops a warm welcome.
50 years later, Bangkao then left his faith and allegiance with Spain and Christianity, and incited an insurrection, together with the Babaylan Magali and with his children.
I will leave my alliance to the Spaniards. I cannot let them enslave us. We will fight to the death.
We can fight them by casting a spell to them by saying stone. It will later turn them into stone and will unable to move.
Upon having known the insurrection planned by the Dato of Limasawa, Father Melchor de Vera went to Cebu to report about the rebellion incited by Bangkao. Alcalde Mayor of Cebu, Juan de Alcazaro, then immediately sent an armada of 40 ships that is led by the Governor General Alonso Fajardo Intensa.
Alfonso, I want you to suppress the revolt anything in your power. I will give you men and 40 ships for your mission.
They now executed an all-out attack against the Dato Bangkao and the locals who revolted. They first burned the temple of Dewata, as this is believed to have the ability to turn Spaniards into stone by hurling a pebble towards them.
Men, burn that temple down. Find the Dato and bring him to me.
For over months of conflict, they finally found Bangkao. They had his head pierced in a bamboo stick to instill fear among the locals who planned revolt.
This is what happens to you when you do something stupid.
The other conspirators were executed via firing squad. Bangkao and Popelan Bagali was beheaded together. The priests are believed to have cast the spells of guidance to the Spaniard are being burned. The remaining children and other rebels were also executed.
I want every last one of them to be extinguished. No one else must be left behind.
Eventually, the revolt then failed, resulting in the deaths of many rebels and the children from Bangkao. One of the contributors why Filipinos failed the revolt is because some Filipinos sided with the Spaniards as a foot soldiers.
Okay, class, I have assumed that you have already done your research. Can you tell me something about the Philippine condition on 19th century? Stracy, you go first.
Yes, sir. Opening of Philippine ports to world trade have produced drastic changes in political and socio-economic aspects. Mora, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, but can you give me more example of that, Hil?
Me, sir? Okay. So, the example for that, sir, is the economic development, which the demand for crops such as sugar and abaca produce the demand chain in the world. It is also an injury that for foreign capital that has stimulated agricultural structure, which means having more money for exporting the agricultural commodities. That is all.
Impressive! Anything else, Bayato?
Rise of land estates or the desert.
Another. Fritz? Flor?
A new system of loans, a new social classification.
It also talks about corruption and incompetence of the colonizers.
I have made you this research because it is part of our topic, the propaganda movement.
Noong pa nga panahon ng panunungkulan ni Ferdinand P. Marcos, ang Pilipinas ay isa sa mga pinakamayamang bansa sa Asya dahil ito sa mga proyekto niya at sa mga batas na ipatupad niya. Pero, may isang revolusyon daw para bang hindi angkop sa panahon ng yan. Ito ang EDSA Revolution o ang Philippines 1989 Revolution.
Babayaran kita ng malaking halaga ng pera para tulungan akong mabagsak ang ating Pangulo.
Sige, ano maaari natin dapat gawin?
Ito plano natin. naglabas tayo ng balita na si Marcos ay ginagusto ng mga tao.
Maasahan mo ako dyan.
At dahil doon nagsimula ang People's Power Election. Kasi ang pangunahing pinagkukunan ng impormasyon ng mga tao ay ang newspaper at TV. Kaya madaling manipula ng mga media ang pag-iisip ng mga tao.
Humihina na raw ang sumuportang taong bayan kay Marcos. Totoo nga ba ito?
Ano itong nakikita ko? Hindi ba sila naniniwala sa akin? Magsasagawa tayo ng snap election ngayon din.
Ano pa mo? Di pa tapos ito yung
Dahil doon, nagsagawa si Pangulong Marcos ng isang eleksyon. Dahil di pa tapos ang eleksyon. Ang resulta ng eleksyon ay ang kanyang huling pagkapanalo. Maraming binato ng mga kontra sa panunungkulan ni Marcos ay naging sila ng tagumpay at pinuo ang EDSA resolution.
Magdala ka ng tangke at pigilan ang rebellion. Ngayon na!
At palabas ng mga tangke sa Pangulong Marcos para pigilan ang rebellion. Kapagtaka, ang mga tao, hindi sa tumakbo, ay tinulak nila ang tangke para bang wala sa pakialam ng matay sila. Republic of the Philippines, I didn't recognize Ferdinand Marcos as a commander-in-chief from the armed forces of the Philippines.
I'm calling now everyone who has a sense of justice and respect for the law to disobey those who are given orders to them.
Mga panahon na yun,
Please, help me! Do you want to be the President of the Philippines?
It is time to surrender your power.
Na-surrender na ni Pangulong Marcos ang kanyang termino sa taong bayan. At ito ang tila bang tagumpay ng EDSA Revolution. And